All right, hello and welcome to Behind the Black Veil, where we get a more intimate look at the mysteries of our lives. Please read the safety directions below for best results. Please be chilling for best results. All right, fantastic. What a ride. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? What a ride. Okay, so somebody sabotaged our bed of feathers, y'all. Okay. I mean, there's so many layers that I'm just going to let the ancestors make their official statement. All right, fantastic. Ancestors, thanks for being here. Let's pray. We dedicate ourselves in this conversation with the ancestors, with the Creator, to generating the energy of peace, bringing clear our creative potential, and seeing behind what appears to be obstacles, things clearly as they are. We call forth accurate answers, accurate interpretations of those answers, and the wise and skillful application of the guidance we receive here today. I am so curious, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody? Okay. Anybody intrigued? Go on, ancestors. You can learn a lot of good lessons from a few fucked up people. Exactly. Take a moment and think about a major lesson in your life. Did your heart get broken? Oh, this is good. You know, because I feel, okay, now that you mention it, ancestors, I feel thoroughly punched in the face. Anybody? With the election? Okay, right? I feel thoroughly punched in the face. And you know, after I recovered my faculties, I realized that was an excellent, by the way, the devil, nice move. I mean, right on time. Exquisite. Exquisitely timed, okay? Absolutely. All right, and so that made me reflect on the fact that was a checkpoint. That's a checkpoint. Because in the last reading, the ancestors said that everyone would get sat down. They said that. They did say that. And I feel like everyone got sat down. I feel like that's what happened. You dig it? Everyone. Okay? And there's still, it's like rolling sat down. It's rolling with like waves of sat down, you know? It's like that sort of thing. But it was a checkpoint. They said no baggage. They said it's time for liftoff, no baggage. They said that. Okay? I find that to be interesting. We were carrying too much baggage. That's one thing I noticed. There's many layers. Anyhow, did your heart get broken? Did a friend betray you? Come on now. There's many layers. It's multi-dimensional, like they said in the space station reading. Shout out to the space station. Did that heartbreak teach you not to settle? Come on now. Anybody? Okay. Because, okay. Anyhow, are you resilient and self-reliant now because you had to be? You see what I'm saying? Thinking and caring what other people think of us. Whatever we was carrying around. You know? Afraid we can't do it. Afraid it can't be done. Yes, we can. All right, that's all I'm going to say about that. Think of the fucked up person who taught you that lesson. Okay, when you were, you know, are you resilient and self-reliant now because you had to be? Think of the fucked up person who taught you that lesson. Send them a little cosmic thank you. Cosmic thank you. That's lovely. Gratitude for the lesson you learned does not excuse what they did. It does help you avoid going back, come on y'all, in for the same lesson with a new fucked up person though. So you see what I'm saying? It's a checkpoint for us to understand, don't ever do this shit again. don't ever do this shit again, I feel is a major message from the election experience, which I feel is unfolding like a 1,000-petal lotus. It's unfolding on, it's multidimensional, isn't it? Let's go further. Let's go further. Ancestors, break it further down, would you? Break it further down. That's giving me what the devil's function is, especially on this side of the membrane, because we're trying to cross over. So it's like we need to understand the details, and that's where the devil is at. You see what I'm saying? Because we were all ready to move forward, right? Just, but there was some misconceptions we were under, apparently. There was some misconceptions. Even for the children of God, there was some misconceptions. You dig what I'm saying? Let's go further. Ancestors, break it down. Well, here's the main idea. God is behind it all. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Well, we wasn't sure. We wasn't sure. You see what I'm saying? I'm more sure. See, when you get punched in the face, this is good. When you get punched in the face, it depends on who's punching you in the face. If it's the devil punching you in the face, I feel like you tend to forget. No, not forget. You don't care as much anymore when the devil punches you in the face. There's things you cared about before then, things you was worried about before then, and then the devil punch you in the face, and you kind of shake awake a little bit. Like, you know what? I don't need to be worried about what the next person thinks. I need to make sure my shit is tight. You know what or whatever the situation is. If God punches you in the face, you care more, usually, about a thing. You feel me? So I feel like that punch in the face was dual. It was dual. It was a nexus point where the devil and God came together. You feel me? Like an infinity symbol. Like, you got two different sections, but, there's that area in the middle where it intersects. That was an intersection. Okay? A crossroad. And I feel that based on what they were saying in the space station reading about the brutality of the karma of this next realm we're going into, we need to understand the brutality, and that we need to be that disciplined in our understanding of our power to co-create. All right, said all that. All right, hopefully that helps somebody. God is behind it all. Main idea. Go on. Connecting the dots. Big picture. Okay. Long-term harmonious relationship. So those are the principles we have to understand in order to have a harmonious relationship in this new realm. It was a checkpoint. If you allow yourself and your thoughts to go off and feed the animals or feed the negative vibe, it's going to manifest nearly instantly. Everybody needs to understand that. Okay, there's no backsies over here in this new realm. That's what we need to understand. So don't give the devil your power. You feel me? Okay, let us go on. Big picture thinking, connecting dots. God is behind it all. Go on. And don't forget to get off on your floor. Death of the ego, y'all. Look at it. That's everybody got a death of the ego. Okay? Everybody. Or it was our children of God's turn, then it's going to be their turn type of thing. It's like rolling patterns. It's like patterns on patterns. It's fractals. You know what I'm saying? It's so many versions. And what happened is when someone makes war with the children of God, or when someone or some entity makes war because the game is changing. You see, the devil's time is up. So you see what I'm saying? Not to mention these people are fighting for their lives. They're fighting for their lives. This realm is where they live. This is where the devil lives. That's it. You feel me? So, had to catch you before you got away, kind of thing. Had to catch you. because the devil is living on our power. So all of these miraculous, amazing, all of that energy is coming from us, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, children of God. You feel me? And of course the sheeple, the people who don't know, who are just open vessels, batteries. You feel me? So that's important in terms of navigating the terrain of your own mind in this new realm, and therefore the terrain of the physical world. Upgraded the way it's upgrading. Death of the ego. God is behind it all. And in other words, you need God's help to live in this new realm. You needed it to live in this realm too, but in this new one, I mean, you're going to need God to show up like in 30 seconds. Like, please, save me from that tree, or save me from that whatever it might be. Death of the ego. Change. Death of the ego. Go on. It's not a game, says God. Look like here. It's not really a game. Okay? God is behind it all. And that goes for the children of God to understand that as well. Don't get in front of God. Now, what do I mean by that, children? This is the death card. This is the wild card. This is the wild death card. This is not like the classical death card in my deck. This is an extra death card, an extra angle on the same energy. Okay, so similarly, the things that ancestors do under this energy is equally unexpected and, unexpected and maybe sudden, it can be sudden anyway. So, like a punch in the face, like a bucket of cold water. So you see what I'm saying? But when they make war with us, they've already made war for themselves. So whatever they were originally trying to accomplish, now they've compounded what was after them in the first place. And really what's after them is time. Because time waits for no man. Time is after them. The cosmic wheel is turning. And you don't want to get caught in the wheel while it's turning. You want to be in the proper place at the proper time. Because even if you're at the bottom of the wheel, you could be, using God's grace, right? Children of God? Anybody been at the bottom of the wheel and still had God's grace? Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Or you can get caught in the wheel. Or you could get caught in the wheel. Right. Okay. So it's not a game. It's not a game. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter what the minions tell themselves to bolster their ego. It doesn't matter what misconceptions they have about their powers. It doesn't matter. If you're afraid or if you're not afraid, death visits us all. Does it not? Does it not? A little bit and a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like we're all living under this, that God is behind it all. Nobody can escape that. Ladies and gentlemen. Nobody can escape that. All right, so when we say that for the children of God, you needed to be checked. And you needed to understand that God is behind it all. What does that mean? It was coming to me as God was making me feel like, don't interrupt me while I'm killing people. Okay, because God was giving me the feeling after I got punched in the face during this election. God was giving me the feeling of Lot. What life was like from Lot's perspective. Moses. What life was like from Moses' perspective. And Moses had to go through a series of trials, a series of exhibits. A series of exhibits before the Pharaoh understood that the favor of God was shifting. You feel me? And he was pretty hard-headed. For what? You dig what I'm saying? Then it was the plagues, right? Ruining the crops and ruining the food, right? Then it was the firstborn, the death of the firstborn child. Am I right? It was a whole bunch of shit. And this was about his ego. So it didn't have to be a bunch of deaths of the firstborn children. It didn't have to be that. But it was that because Pharaoh couldn't let go of his ego. And then what? Then they gathered everybody. They walking, parting the Red Sea and all that. And Pharaoh, with his men, chases them, according to the story. And then when they finish crossing, the water falls onto the Pharaoh's men. Now he could have avoided all of that. He could have avoided all of that. Think about that. Think about that. That's how important the ego is to some people that we might think about as fucked up people. You dig what I'm saying? They're really already suffering a lot of the time. Empowerment. See what I'm saying? Empowerment. Grab it, reaching for the staff of your destiny. You see what I'm saying with the death of the ego? Why? Because God is behind it all. Now, why would you want to be on that side of God is behind it all? You want to be on the empowerment side of God is behind it all. Because it's not a game, that's why. It's not a game. You can't buy your way out of it. You can't travel to a distant enough galaxy to get outside of this law. It's like those Greek myths where, the oracle tells you what's going to go down. And then the person spends their life trying to avoid it and does exactly what they need to do so that it happens just like the oracle said it would happen. Do you feel me? Now you can hear me now and you can believe me later. Is all I'm saying. Hello? Shout out to the oracles out there. All right. Fantastic. Let's keep it moving. Look at here. Don't want no smoke. With who? The universe. With God. The one behind it all. Right. Don't want no smoke. Alternative to war. Death of the ego. Alternative to war. Because arms too short to box with God. I mean, sent you a rep who speaks plain fucking English. You're welcome. Is all I'm saying. All right. Moving along. Going after what you passionately want. You go after what you passionately want, says God to the opposition. And I will do the same. I mean, balance is the law, ladies and gentlemen. Balance is the law. Look at here. Look at here. Let's be nice. Love is law. This is Two of Cups energy. Love is law. That's the law, and that's what time it is. That's what time it is. The power belongs to love. That's the deeper meaning. That's what we're doing here. That's what life is about. God is love. Period, end of story. Period, end of story. It's not really a game. Go on. Careful emotional decisions. Death of the ego. Alternative to war. Careful emotional decisions. Now, did I make that up? Did I make that up, y'all? Okay. All right. Okay, did that make sense to everybody? Okay. All right, let's go on. I'm going to get exactly what I want, says God. That's what you need to understand, says God. It says it right here. Did I make that up? It's not a game. God is behind it all. It's not a game. Okay? In general, anybody can do anything they want to do if you're willing to pay. 10 of Pentacles. Hitting the target in spades. In spades. Plenty enough. Enough to share. Enough to go around. God is an abundant God. There's enough for everyone to live abundantly. Okay? There's no scarcity mind. There's no necessity for scarcity mind. I mean, if living abundantly is what you're trying to do, says God, You feel me? Then it's best if you don't try to steal anybody's destiny too much, if you're trying to live abundantly. Okay? So we're hitting the target, right? Just like they can hit us, children of God, we can hit them. So what's the point? Yeah? So what's the point? It's like nuclear weapons. You got one, I got one. What's the point? You're not going to live here comfortably. If you fire yours, I'm not going to live here comfortably if I fire mine. What's the point? What are we trying to prove here? That's ego shit. You see what I'm saying? That's why you need a female president. You understand? It's better for everybody. Okay? Because we think in whole numbers, not in fractions. Do you feel me? We're not compartmentalizing. We're including everyone. That is the way God is behind it all. All right? Connect the dots. We're all connected. Okay? So God is saying, you know, you can take shots at me, but I'm going to take a shot back at you, and I don't miss, and I don't lose. So, death of the ego. Because God can talk shit, and nobody can check God. So let's be clear. Let's be clear. This is imperceptible, hiding right in plain sight. This is what they say about the Queen of Cups in this card. Her love is so prevalent that it's everything you've ever seen. It's so all over your eyes that you don't know your life without it. Like doubting God, but you've been looking at God this whole time. You've been looking at God this whole time. You don't know your life without seeing God. God is everywhere. God is love. You see what I'm saying? It's imperceptible. Okay, get off on your floor, whatever that means to you. Oh, okay, see? Oh, okay. God's been loving us by not whooping our ass here on earth. So we saw those wildfires, right, as a demonstration. I hope everyone saw that exhibit. All right? So right here. We're holding our fire. We're holding it. Not because we don't have the power to set this bitch on fire. So let's be clear. Let's be clear. We would rather be sweet and kind. We would rather be sweet and kind. But we have the power to do it any way that you need for it to go, right here. Any which way. Any which way. Just like you. Just like our opposition has the choice and the opportunity. Okay? To choose any which way. But you got to pay 10 of Pentacles. That's all the Pentacles. And all the whole chart of Pentacles. That's the top. You see what I'm saying? That's the top. The Creator controls who's at the top. You feel me? All right? Let's get a segue. Let's get a segue, because you can learn a lot of good lessons from a few fucked up people. Just a few. So let that go out to the opposition. Somebody fucked up taught you how to be fucked up. Now's your chance to turn the page. Because God is behind it all. You got checked. You got caught. Because you can be seen. Because that's what time it is. Can't get away. Right? And that goes for everyone. We can all be seen. You know? So to speak. Get off on the floor. Let's do a segue. All right, the segue is this. Look, God is disappointed. God is disappointed. That was very arrogant. That's what they say in this card. The world was destroyed because of arrogance. You know, God's been here before. And so has humanity. However, there is potential here. There is still some potential here for everyone. Okay? It was to offer an opportunity to everyone and also a warning to everyone. All right? It's not going to be the same as it was. There will be some signs and some scarring, you know, from the things we've been through in the past. That includes the planet, society, opposition, you know, if we're moving forward together, you know, because the Creator is offering us all the opportunity to move forward. So if we're moving forward together, we have to have a death of the ego. That's for everyone. Okay? And you got to pay on your karma. Okay? So the children of God, you know, we're in good shape there. All right? But for the opposition that has to pay their karma, we can come up with the karmic payment plan for you. That's as nice as we can be. That's as nice as we can be. Because of the destructive arrogance from the, you know? That's why. That's why. Okay? But there's still some potential here. All right? Like our boy Elon, there's a lot of potential there. The Creator tells me he's very, very important. You know? That's an important position to be in for humanity. You know what I'm saying? We talked about this before, Hard Rocks. You know, my concern about Elon being the one who's representing humanity to other species. Given the immaturity we've seen and the arrogance we've seen, that certainly doesn't reflect well on us. And we really need to pull our shit together before we have to be dealing with an alien race. We need to have our shit together a little bit more than we do, you know, around the fighting and all of that, around the basics and the easy stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, okay, so Elon has a chance. There's still some potential there. You know what I mean? Yeah, for Trump too. You too, Trump. All right? You could turn a page and then Melania might even talk to you, you know? I'm just saying, you know what I mean? It's the little things, you know? And then big, beautiful things happen from it. You know, God is behind it all. That's what y'all will be thinking. Just like we think. Just like the children of God think. Like, wow, there's God behind it all. See? You can feel that way too. Let's go on. Yeah, see, destiny. It's destiny. So it's a hard way or the easy way kind of thing, right? Because here, death of the ego, don't want no smoke, careful emotional decisions, God is behind it all. It's not a game. You hasty. You handsy. You want to steal destinies? Here, Excalibur. Want to steal destinies? Want to take shots and hit targets? It's not a game. God is behind it all. Okay? So that flows both ways. That flows both ways. All right? And because God's plan is God's plan. God's plan is God's plan. And can be of benefit to all. Can be of benefit to all. What's the problem? Especially since the opposition, Hard Rocks, does not deserve any leniency. They don't deserve any leniency. So there's no need for this, you know, entitled attitude. There's no need to lie to yourself that way. We all know you don't deserve a break. We all know that. Okay, but God is a loving God. Slow to punish until now. Go on. Going where demons and angels fear to tread. That's where we're going. So don't be afraid. The opposition is afraid, y'all. The opposition is afraid. I mean, you know, they have every reason to be very afraid. That's reasonable. You know? That's reasonable. But you don't have to be afraid. The law is the law. You will pay your karma. You can know and feel secure about that. All right? Take the deal. Opposition. Take the deal is what it's giving me. All right, now I'm eager to get deeper into this. So I recommend that y'all join us on Patreon. All right, where we get a bit deeper. And we can make some pretty sudden left turns back there on Patreon. So definitely join us. For everybody else, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. On your way out, pick up a copy of Discriminating Wisdom over at Amazon. Make sure you're out here discriminating wisely. I'll see you again here soon, party people, behind the black veil.